Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of From the Ground to the Crown. I'm your girl, your host, Kenisha B. And today's episode, we're talking all about pivoting in your career. Now, you may have been in your career for 25 years. Hell, you may have been in your career for 5 months. But today, we're going to talk about how you pivot without starting over and why you probably just need to focus on the systems to be able to do that. I am so excited because I've got another guest joining me. Hey, Elisha. Thank you so much for being here, sis.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It is a pleasure, y'all. We are here in Bangkok, all the way from the East Coast.
The East Coast.
Which is really, really insane. But is it?
Not really.
Exactly.
Not really. It's a new normal.
I like that. Yeah. She gets it. Let me give you guys a little bit about Elisha Monique. She is a beauty industry educator, digital marketer, and multi-brand entrepreneur. Focus on helping women build profitable businesses without sacrificing the balance. Okay, important, yeah. As a retired licensed hairstylist and salon coach, she blends real-world experience with strategic marketing to create systems and processes for women in business. Elisha is the creator of educational and lifestyle content that empowers women to leverage their skills, tell their stories, and design lives they don't need a break from. Thank you for that, okay? Her work centers on clarity, consistency, and intentional growth across business and life. Y'all, the Elisha Monique. Hey, yes. Okay, so I know I gave the people a bio, but like, give us a spiel. Like, who are you? What are you doing now? Like, catch people up to the present moment with you.
That's a mouthful.
Okay.
That is a mouthful. Like, a true mouthful.
Yeah.
Just listen to you saying that. It's like, whoa.
I did that.
Yeah,
that's
me.
me.
That's me. Oh, that's so sweet. And it's come full circle for everything that you're saying, because as you're going through life as a person, you start to build and you trying to figure out, okay, what I want to do, what's my purpose, where I want to go. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where like, I don't want to do that no more.
Been there.
I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah.
And that's literally where I'm at right now. Like, I don't, that sounds all great. However, we got to streamline some of this down. So 25 years licensed hairstylist. I worked on movie sets. I've been published in magazines. I created hair extension techniques. I've coached over 400 salon owners and beauty professionals on business building, business structure, not necessarily hair technique. Yeah. I'm like, y'all good at hair, but y'all suck at business. So that's where I would, step in at and help you build that. Taught at trade shows, just the list goes on and on and on when it comes to being a beauty professional. Because my thing was, just because I have a license, I don't want to just do hair. What else can I do? Where else can this license take me? Yeah. How far can this license take me? And I just kept pressing a button. So what about this? Because the worst you could tell me is no. I'd be like, okay, cool. Let me go ahead on and do something else. Right. So I just kept it moving with the beauty industry and just kept going. And then when I opened my salon, way back in.
Yeah. Where'd you open it?
Yeah, I opened it up in Georgia.
Okay.
We were retired military now. My husband's retired military. And during our moving process, I'm not the wife that just sits at home and raise the kids. Yeah. I'm like, I got to have something else to do. I need to talk to adults. And I need to have a career that if we had to pick up and move, the career can pick up and move with me as well.
That's smart.
And as we started to move, when you're in the beauty industry and you begin to build, it's like, oh, it takes 2 years to build a clientele. And I'm like, I don't have 2 years. Because on year 3, we planning where we moving to now.
Yeah.
I need this to move quicker.
Yeah.
How fast can I build the clientele when we get to every duty station became my new challenge. Wholeheartedly, I went into a corporate salon. I went into Ulta Beauty Salon. And the goal there was to build a clientele in 6 months. And most people were like, you can't do that. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I literally jumped in there where there were other stylists already working in Ulta months before me. Ended up making way more and outworking them.
Because you had them
And
systems.
they were like, well, how did you do that? I never said it. I never disclosed I'm a salon coach. This is what I teach people to do.
Yeah.
I will always try and mentor people who I work with and give you the best advice.
Right.
But I was always testing stuff. And once I test out something, test out a strategy, test out a system, I'm like, oh, nope, now I got to teach that. Because I have proven experience that it worked.
Absolutely.
But when you go to trade shows, you so in, oh my gosh, look at all the hair stuff. No, go take a business class. That's not where our creativity lies. Right. So that's how I started to get into more systems and processes. So when my husband just retired from the military, I was like, okay, I'm going to go hard and I'm going to coach the beauty industry. Salons are closing. Salons don't last more than 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can we get y'all to 5 years? How can I get you to 10 years? Yeah. How can I get you to make $20K per month without you working behind the chair? That became my new challenge because I did it. And I was like, nobody's like really teaching this. Nobody of us is really teaching this.
That's important.
And we're not really connecting with everyone else who's teaching that. So where's the connection at?
Yeah.
Let me be the coach that start teaching the structures and teaching the systems and teaching how to lay out the stuff and teaching how to put your business on autopilot.
Man. Okay, so I know you're not in the business no more, but the girls definitely, if you don't know, now you know. Okay, and I mean, you said so many gems just now. And as a business girly, I'm not in the hair industry, but like business overall, I understand the importance of systems and automation, especially when you're in a space where you're trying to get out of the forefront of it. Okay, so you did this for 25 years. You retired from the industry, from the craft that you were doing for 25 years. How did you do that without like resenting it? Or did you have any regret in it? I'd say not even resentment, but did you regret leaving? Do you feel like, man, I wish I could, man, I mean, you did so much. I don't see that, but you know, people like, I don't have this experience because I have not worked in any business for 25 years. But I know people who've worked in their industries for so long, and whether they've been pushed out because of early retirement, right? There's so many spaces where jobs are handing out these packages left and right? Or if they feel like, you know, they just don't want to do this anymore and they left, but there's still a little seed of something there, right? Do you feel like you felt that when you left, or were you just like?
To be honest, this is my second time retiring.
Oh, okay. So you got practice. You in.
Yeah. So back when COVID happened, right? You know, you come out of COVID and you're like, okay, the world is opening back up. You can go back to work. I went back to, I was at Ulta Beauty when COVID happened. So of course I'm an employee at the time, which made it like, okay.
Yeah.
Not saying that COVID was great, but it was great to be an employee when it did happen.
Right.
So when we came out of COVID, I went back into Ulta Salon. I was there for maybe like a week and super busy that first week because everybody is so excited to be out. Everybody want their hair done. It's Root City and it's like, please help me.
It's been too long.
Right. And I'm like, okay, in the salon. And it literally, I guess you could say a light switch went off at that time. To where I was doing a client hair who I love, happy to see. And I was like, thinking to myself, if her hair fall out right now, I really wouldn't even care.
Oh, no.
I'd be like, girl, let's go to brunch.
Now I'm bald headed at brunch.
Yes. I would hook her up a scarf. And when I went home and I told my husband, I was like, I don't think I want to do this no more. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do coaching. But when we really got out of COVID, and this was probably like 2022-ish.
Yeah, 2, 3 for sure.
Somewhere around that time frame. People were like, you know what? I can't build a clientele anymore. No one wants to get their hair done. And I'm like, what? That's
What you
not
talking
true.
about?
What
'Cause
you
everybody
talking
got
about?
hair. Yeah.
I don't want to comb my hair. I'm looking for one of y'all to do my hair. What city I need to fly in to get one of my coaching clients to come do my hair is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Not even in my city. So I was doing systems and laying out how your back end structure looks like and stuff like that. And then it was like, no one's getting their hair done. I'm like, well, aren't you marketing?
Right.
So I was like, okay, y'all forcing me out of retirement. Let me go see.
Yeah.
I'm a let me go see type person before I teach it.
Absolutely.
So I came out of retirement, went and got a salon suite. And here's the trick. I went and got a salon suite in a predominantly living in Miami. It's a whole Hispanic mixed culture, everything. So I opened a salon suite in this mixed culture area where I knew it would be a language barrier to see that to test a strategy on building a clientele where there is a language barrier to see if people truly want their hair done. I built a clientele. Hair is fun. I love the creative aspect of it, but my love is on the business side. I'm more of the computer side. I don't like paperwork. Now, don't give me no papers.
Okay.
It's the computer work side.
Yeah.
But it's more like when that hands on, I'm like, it's cool. I could do a couple little heads every now and then.
Right.
But then I be like, all right, never mind.
Over it.
I was like, yeah, I think I'm just here. I'm just going to plant myself in this retirement. And I'm just going to love this phase.
I love that.
So I didn't have any drawbacks from not doing hair. I didn't feel like, I didn't have a tug of war.
No shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You were clear.
I was like, okay, we just gonna settle right here. Because we want to travel and we want to move about. And when you're doing hair, you have to have a base. You have to have somewhere stationary. Because if you're getting people to come to you, they're gonna want to come to you.
Man, nothing is worse than having a hairstylist that's good with your hair and they like close or leave you. Oh my God, what a heartbreak.
Right.
Ooh, man. Yeah. I know all too well.
Yes.
When I locked my hair in college, it was because I couldn't get to my hairstylist every 2 weeks. And I used to go to the Dominicans in New York. And everybody knows about the Dominicans and how they do a good blowout.
They sure do.
And once she left the salon, I was like, well, I don't trust none of y'all in here because y'all not her. And now I need locks. I told my friend, and I was like, you need to lock me up. And I got locks with half perm, half new growth. It was, man.
Just put me together somehow,
Just
some way.
do something to my hair so I can go to class.
Presentable.
Please and thank you.
Right.
And I pulled up to class the next day and it was like, wait, what happened to your... Okay, because
Don't ask.
You started the week with box braids.
Right.
And now you got locks?
Right.
What?
Don't ask. I'm here.
Please.
What did I miss?
Please.
Can we start class?
Okay. And this was 09, y'all. So this is before Instagram, before TikTok. There was no 4C in the realm for me. Okay. There was no delegation of curl patterns. There was none of that. It was like Cheska Lay. I think her name was Cheska Lay. She had a locks page and she was like the only black girl that had locks that had a YouTube at the time. And I learned everything about doing my hair from her one page and like experimenting, like you said, kind of just doing it, testing it out. And the pandemic came and all the salons in Atlanta were closed. Right. And people found out that I could do hair and they were like, oh girl, hey, you want to do my hair? And I literally built a clientele in the pandemic because no one could go get their hair done and they knew I had done it. But I wasn't trying to set no systems up. I was like, hey, y'all, I could do this, but I don't want to. I don't want your money. Right. I don't want no booking link in my bio. Okay? I'm not getting a suite when we get out of this pandemic.
Right.
And I mean, when I tell you broke people's hearts, they were like, so you like not doing this no more? I was like,
for real?
I'm a project manager. I have a product-based business, guys. I'm actually a business girly. I'm moonlighting as a loctician right now, but like... And
I know their response was, but you're so good at it.
Yeah, all the time.
But you're so good at it.
Like...
But what's the project management again?
Yeah, because...
and can you like work out...
So do you project manage locks?
All the time? Or...
When I tell you, they were looking at me and I had like a little girl client. Her dad would bring her to me every 2 weeks to get her hair done so she could be fly for school. And he was so hurt. And I'm like, I do my hair. I like doing my hair. You know, I want to look good, but I don't care to take this a step further. So when I tell you I understand just the notion of like being hella clear that you're done with something and being like, I know this may break your heart,
right?
But I'm not coming back and this chair is closed. And you got to do what feels right.
Right.
And so, what did you have to release internally for this external pivot to work for you? If anything. Because I think a lot of times people just think it's like, going from, right, the chair or behind the chair to the business, it's just like a quick switch. But a lot of times it's a lot of mental work that you have to release. And
true, but I think for me, when you start to see how other people operate versus how you operate, I don't even think it was done. This is a no-brainer. Because I'm looking at everybody else, and I'm looking at social media, of course. I'm looking at TikTok, and I'm looking at all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, well, why are they doing it like that? And why are they doing it like that? Like, that's me.
The business behind it.
On the business behind. Yeah. So when it comes to doing the people here, I'm still like, well, the people who I work around, why you don't have a clientele? Why you don't have a clientele? So now I'm trying to give you tips, but I'm realizing that you're so creative that you're not focused on business part. Yeah. You will have a client sit down and I might be like, well, did you get a before video? While I'm doing my client. Why am I telling you to get a before video to build your business and I got a client waiting here for me?
I'm looking like this because
it literally was a no-brainer for me to, you don't want to do hair no more. Yeah. You need to help people do this. And so it wasn't even an internal thing. It was more like, why is there so many mistakes? How can I fix these mistakes? Yeah. Just go ahead on and
create a course, create a program, coach one-on-one, get them together.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Man, I mean, again, that's like, it's such a testimony because you're right. A lot of people are super creative and they got the skill. It's not that the skill is not there. It's that they're not business people.
At all.
And one, I come from a hospitality background, so there's nothing but business. There's no real creativity. It's cut and paste. It's a hotel. It's a room. Make it nice. Make people want to come back. Make them feel at home, away from home. Boom, we're done. But when I stepped into the creative space, like in entrepreneurship, and I have my MBA in digital entrepreneurship, so I'm all about entrepreneurs online. And I'm looking at what people are doing, and I'm making all these friends in Atlanta, and I'm like, man, you guys are, like, your products are great, right? You do great with services, but like,
nobody knows you.
Yeah, but why you don't got no link? Why are you not sending people somewhere? Where's the call to action? People don't know what you're doing. They don't even know what you're talking about.
They don't know nothing.
They have no idea. If there are questions that have too many ellipses, you're not doing business. You're just talking. And people listen to people talk all day long.
Right.
So I feel you. I mean, even with my husband, like when I met Dean, he was like, I draw. And I was like, oh, like, great. I love that. And then he took me to his parents' house and showed me some of his artwork. And I was like, all right, first of all, you're not going to keep saying that you draw. Like, let's stop right there because, wow. And he's like, here's newspaper article from when my stuff was in the White House. And I'm like, okay, so like, why are you?
You don't draw. That would be an artist.
You feel me? Because when he said, oh, I draw, I said, oh, I draw. And so I thought we were on the same drawing level until he showed me. And I was like,
figures,
okay,
little artwork,
I'm
sketches,
drawing on line
layout.
Paper. You're like drawing on like...
You draw.
You're going to Michael's.
He's the artist.
Yeah, I'm going to Dollar Tree for my art supplies. And you're going to Michael's. And we're not the same here. And I'm like...
You're using printer paper.
Right, whatever. The napkin, like, let me just do a little doodle. Yeah, I'm doodling. I should have said I doodle. Yeah.
You're a doodler.
I should have said I doodle.
There you go.
Because he was like, I draw. But also, like, again, just not understanding the business behind it. And I was like, hey, have you ever sold these? And he was like, who's going to buy it? I'm like,
the world.
Are you kidding me? Have you not seen how much people pay to, like, just go to the Louvre and just look at art? Because, I mean, that's literally all that is. Just go look at the art. I'm like, there's so many museums, so many, where people literally can't even afford the art that they're looking at.
Right.
You can't tell me that you can't make a business out of this. And as a New York girly, I'm going to hustle anything. I will sell ice to the Penguins for sure. Okay, 2 for 1. I'm going to get it done.
Buy one, get
Come
one.
on, right?
Come on now.
And so next thing you know, we start working together, and then we got a contract to do some art therapy with veterans for Emory University Hospital. Because I'm like, of course, programs will pay for art therapy. And then next thing you know, his art is in galleries in Buckhead. And I'm like, yeah, because people buy art all the time, recession proof. People got money. and they will spend it on great art. And so it was taking him from this place, and I think that's one of the situations where there was this internal pivot, right? Where his mindset was people don't buy art. People like, who would want this?
Right.
And to believing like people who value this will pay for this.
Exactly.
And I think that when I was asking you earlier, like, what did you have to shift internally? I think a lot of times it's just a mindset. Like sometimes we tell ourselves things that we believe to be true. And some of it is validated by the external world. But a lot of times people are telling themselves things that are not true.
Right.
Like, oh, it takes 2 years to build a clientele list. And you're like, it took me 6 months. I don't know what like.
But that's me. It's like the challenger. It takes how long? You can do what? Okay. And the brain is like
calculating. Yeah.
She said it take 4 years. How can I cut that in half? I need to take 2 years. How can I do it in a year? Like that's how my brain operates.
Same. That's so good, y'all. Make sure you guys are tapping into the gems, okay? Because again, if you are in a season where you are trying to figure yourself out through a pivot in your career, maybe you haven't been doing something for 25 years, but if you've been so deep in it and now you're feeling like, man, I don't have the same zest for this anymore, like it doesn't bring you the same passion in the same way that it once did, then this is a season where you can take some of these tips, right? Like how to internally get yourself right so that you can shift yourself into whatever is next for you. Because I'm a millennial, right? I grew up in a culture where everybody was telling me, work for this company, retire for the company. And I was looking at them like, you're not getting me. You're not. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm not staying with nobody. I cannot do that. And so, I know coming out of my like college matriculation into corporate America, they were like, oh, like, yeah, you just moved to this location and that location, but you'll stay with this company. And I was like, you guys are scaring me. Like, so I had to wrap my mind around pivoting in my career very early on because I knew that what they had planned for us coming out of college and what our plans were for ourselves, me in particular, it wasn't. You're
like, this is not aligning quite the way I thought.
Very quickly.
Right. Especially when you say, do this until retirement.
I was like, what? I don't understand. So you want me to retire in my 60s? First of all, that was never.
Like, where is retirement? Where is retirement?
I knew it wasn't going to be in my 60s.
Right. And so if you're in a corporate job, there is a number for your retirement.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in your 60s. Right?
Not me.
But when you're an entrepreneur, retirement is never or whenever.
You could retire multiple times.
Whenever you choose to. You just continue to pivot into something else that you like doing.
Absolutely.
But the biggest thing is making sure that you have the structure to allow you to pivot smoothly.
100% of the time.
Now, you could just be like, I don't want to do this all together. I'm leaving the beauty industry and I'm going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. I'm leaving the beauty industry and I'm going to real estate. That is a whole nother animal in itself. And I've seen a number of people shift in that way in their career. And then end up back somehow doing hair on the side full time. I don't know how it's on the side full time, but because at this moment, real estate is just not it. So they still have to do hair. But in actuality, I'm like, if your beauty business, it's a business. If it was set up to run itself, if it was set up to be on autopilot, if it was set up to produce an X amount of dollars per month, without you wouldn't have a problem pivoting to go do real estate.
Right.
You wouldn't have to come back over here to feed this business and stretch yourself thin because now you have to feed this business as well. And what they say, if you pulling yourself in too many directions,
nothing getting done.
Somebody's cup looking a little empty. Now you need a break from everything. And now you quit from everything and you can't even take a vacation.
Burnt out.
All the way.
Looking crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's real.
Right.
I pivoted from a burnout season. I mean, again, I was young, but I was working. I was out here working harder, not smarter, for sure. And again, hospitality is one of those industries people don't realize it's open 24/7, 365. There are no...
It is.
It's like a holiday for y'all is a day open for a hotel. And
that's a busy day.
Oh, my God.
A holiday for us is a busy day for you.
Like... People don't like being in their house.
Right, no.
They want to be in the hotel with me.
Somewhere else.
Yeah,
yes.
it's full. I'm like, oh my God, you're here. Hi, I'm trying to be home. You were here with me all the time.
Not
okay.
today.
And so it was like exhausting. And it was, DC is one of those cities where people just come. They want to go to the museums. They want to be out and about. And I mean, it was like year 2. I was like, 25 years? Like I couldn't, my brain, I couldn't see myself doing that. And so I left and I graduated, got a job working for another hotel in Jersey. And I got there and this was Hurricane Sandy. And I worked 3 days straight. I was stuck at the hotel because the PATH train was closed.
Yeah.
And I worked like a Hebrew slave at that hotel.
And worked and lived.
What? It was nasty. And I'm sure this is now looking back, and I probably should like check the statute of limitations on this, but they paid us 2 movie tickets. 3 days worth of
2
work.
movie tickets at that time was like 1 matinee ticket today.
Can I give you the kicker? Because we already had movie tickets in house. They used to give us discounted movie tickets. We could just go to HR and buy discounted movie tickets. So they already had the movie tickets. It wasn't like they paid for new ones. They just gave us what was here. I worked not 3 shifts, 3 days.
So that's 72 hours.
100%. Okay. And I was a manager at the time, so I didn't get OT because salaried people just...
Yeah.
And my house in New York was fine. There was no flood over there.
But you couldn't get there.
But I couldn't get home.
Oh.
First of all, I wasn't going to go to work, but they sent a driver to New York to pick me up. That's how badly they wanted me to come to work.
Yes.
And I got there, got stranded. And I slept behind the front desk of the hotel because we didn't have enough rooms for staff and guests. Oh. So we had to give the guests the rooms that were available, and I slept on the floor.
I would have been like, listen, we can all pile in this one room. Baby. As long as the door shut. Because when we all get in this one room, nobody's going to say anything to anybody anyway.
That happened. We ended up in the banquet room because the hotel was on the pier, and when the hurricane hit, it broke some of the pier off. Right. And the boards from the pier were hitting the building. And you could feel it shake anytime the boards hit it. So we couldn't have anybody on this whole side of the hotel because we didn't know if it was going to come down.
Come down or not, right?
And so we could only stay on part of the hotel, but we were at like 80% capacity. And then the electricity cut off. And then half the lights in the hotel weren't working. And then one generator went down. By the 3rd day for breakfast, we had Popeyes from down the block. That's because the food had spoiled. The hotel was like running.
Because the electricity is out.
Gone. So the last day, the workers had to drag mattresses out of the rooms to bring to the meeting room. And we slept like a camping trip.
Yes.
In the biggest meeting room that we had. Like, it was so bad. And so I'm thinking, I'm coming out of that. I'm like, yeah, they going to compensate us. Because, like, we were walking around with those little lights, like you in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the lights that we have because we didn't have no light in the hotel. So we're guiding people from, you coming back from, whatever room? Okay, let me walk you. Yeah, let me walk you because they couldn't see.
Yeah.
And they gave us 2 movie tickets.
So what did you do?
Quit. Done. You ain't got to tell me twice.
I'm sorry, I had to ask.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I just had to ask.
I'm good.
I was already thinking like, okay, yes, on this 4th day, we were like, you know what? You guys can go home. You will never see me again.
Done.
I would have left my name tag on the counter.
When I tell you I was so heated.
Went home and went on about my life.
Because what are you even talking about? One thing that stands out for me, I don't care what career, is I am a huge people person. Any of the jobs that I've held, they're going to be people forward, people centric. I want people to feel great about where they are, what they're doing. And that situation taught me that these people don't value people. No. And on top of my manager, I'm pretty sure he was racist and did not vibe with me because I was a young black girl with locks managing hotels at 20. He was like, you think you all that, and did. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm up here with y'all. What you mean? Yeah.
You are not.
Come on.
You're not up here with
He's like, okay, girl, go home with these 2 movie tickets and have a great day. And I was like, I had the nerve to ask him, is this illegal? And he looked at me like,
what do you mean?
Did you say legality in my face? And I was like, oh, okay, they coming for me now.
Right,
Yeah.
right, okay.
So anywho, yeah. I was like, okay, hands up, don't shoot. I know how y'all get. And so it took me a few months, but I cried through the season of having to leave that because I had got my degree in hospitality. This is what I wanted to do. Like, I just wanted to show up in this space. And it was so difficult in the first like 2 years of that career to even keep going. And I pivoted out of that and started doing education. I was in the schools next. And I don't even know how many jobs I've had in between then and now. But the thing, again, that remained the same for me, and this is what I had to tell myself coming out of school, is that no matter where I show up, I can take the same systems and values with me.
Exactly.
And to what you said, like, no matter where you were calculating, you were trying to figure things out, even if it looked like helping your husband plan, the family reunion, still the same mindset. And I don't think that's stressed enough in situations where people are having to pivot. And sometimes people feel like their career is their identity. Like if you're a teacher, you're like, but I'm a teacher. I'm just a teacher. And it's like, okay, but what did teaching teach you? Right? What skills did you build? What lessons did you learn? Can you take that part? Because you can still be a teacher over here.
But there's so many ways to be a teacher, though.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to somebody else that I've met on our journeys of travel and stuff right now. We're moving about. And she was saying she was teaching first online. She was like, a lot of the kids from COVID are online and they don't really have good connection skills coming outside of COVID now. She taught, I think she was teaching in Japan. She was like, I just have a love for kids and teaching kids. So she wanted to teach first, young kids outside into COVID. She went and taught online. Then she went teaching kids in another country. And I looked at it as you're still, irregardless of how you teach, you're still teaching, but you're just doing it in different ways. Yeah. So you can still be a creative. You can still have this business, but sometimes you need to pivot and just do it in a different way. Yeah. You don't have to do it. First of all, there's no one way to do it when you're an entrepreneur. Because who's to say that your way is going to be my way and that way is going to be the way that's going to make me the millionaire or leave the legacy that I want to leave. Yeah. Sometimes you have to shift. What they say, you chew up the meat, you spit out the bone, or however that saying goes. I'm not great at saying sometimes, and I get them all backwards, but y'all know what they mean. You know what I mean? Y'all understood what I meant, you know? So you got to be like, okay, that's a great nugget. Let me take that. I can still be a teacher. I can still be an educator.
Absolutely.
And I remember when I started teaching, this was way back in, I don't even remember the year because I'm probably going to tell my age if I tell that year.
Very cute.
Yeah, so we're going to leave that year alone. But when I started teaching at trade shows, it was like, okay, how do you do this? I know I have a message to share, and I started teaching with hair services first. So I started teaching hair techniques, and this is how I quickly got into hair techniques and got out of it. Because there's so many educators out there teaching hair techniques, hair skills and cutting and coloring and extensions and all this other stuff. And that era just flipped so quickly that you're not aware of what's coming next. You got lace fronts now. We didn't glue on no lace fronts before. Everybody left their hair out. You made the circle closure with the sew-ins.
That's it.
Stuff changed so rapidly when it comes to techniques. That was my first time teaching, and it was like, I know how to teach you if you're standing next to me. Like a person who a staff member, not a staff member, one of my stylists. Let me show you how to close that a little bit better so it lays flat and don't create that cone. Remember them circle closures?
I remember, child.
Everybody walking around with them cone heads. How are we going to make this circle closure lay flat?
Flatter,
okay.
Yeah.
I could show her how to do that. And my husband said, well, won't you teach at the trade shows? I said, do what? He said, the trade shows. You know, Bronner Brothers in Atlanta, you can teach at that. I said, huh? Like, that was one pivotal moment where I was like, so you telling me don't teach her. Teach them. Yes.
It could be a little daunting.
Now you could say that was an inner pivot, mind shift that you had to be like, okay, so I'm not teaching her in my class. Who I know. I could talk to you however I want to talk.
Right, because I know you.
I know you. We cool. I could say certain things and you be like, yeah, girl, you get.
Not personal, but
But
it is
now all
personal.
these people who might take it some kind of way, might be in their feelings today, might not woke up on the right side of the bed, they ain't really had a coffee. I gotta speak professional. I gotta have these big words, and I don't use big words. I use regular words. I've learned when you're communicating with people, I don't need to use the fancy words to get my point across. I need you to get this.
Yeah.
And I need you to utilize what I'm saying.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Period.
That's it.
Right. So teaching at the trade shows, it was like, okay, how do I do this? And once I did it, I was like, oh, this is a piece of cake.
Been doing this, actually.
Piece of cake. Okay.
Yeah.
When is the next trade show? Literally from there, it was like, go to another trade show, teach at another trade show, go to this trade show, teach at another trade show, develop a technique, create your DVDs, put your DVD, how people buy your DVDs, not just on, oh, you need a website, develop a website, you need a videographer so that you can shoot your DVDs professionally. Oh, you need an amazing cover, like all of this stuff. It was like, okay, I need this, and you have to have an accountant to take care of your paperwork. And I was like, wait a minute.
Took it up a notch. 10 notches.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with how the salon operates. This has everything to do. So this is a separate business. We need another business entity, not that salon, because this is now educating. And from doing that, it's like, okay, we need an educating company, because you got to separate the two. Because the hair salon might make 6 figures a year, but the educating company might only make like 20,000 because I'm trying to figure this out.
Right.
So you can't really intertwine the two because you don't know whether this business is going to succeed because you tied it with this one over here.
You don't want to tie those losses.
And you can't. I need to know where I'm losing at.
Absolutely.
So I could also see where I'm winning at.
That's the business mindset,
Right.
Yeah.
So in doing that, it was like, okay, I could do this. As long as there ain't no paperwork, I can handle this. As long as my system's later, I can handle this.
Yeah.
And it just began to develop. And I was like, I kind of like teaching more than I like doing hair. Even though hair is changing, I'm still taking hair classes, learning the new techniques and learning how to do quick weaves, because now we're doing quick weaves different and stuff continues to develop.
Yeah.
So you continue to not even a pivot, you just shift with what's next. So people came back like, oh, it's a silk press. And it's like, no, you got your hair pressed with a straightening comb. That's what my mama used to do when I was a little kid. For Easter Sunday. You better sit still because that grease going to burn your scalp.
Listen, you're getting it done Saturday night because you got to be ready for Sunday morning.
And you better not sweat while you sleep because it
Don't
need to be
play.
smooth when it comes.
Don't play. Your edges is laid right now, but they could turn up on you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you continuously pivot through your career anyway when it comes to services based off of what the demand is right now. You go, you educate on that demand and be like, oh, I remember we used to do that. It's called this. Okay, that's how y'all doing that now? Okay, let me put my spin on that.
It's got to evolve.
And my spin was always the structure, how you operate, how you build it. If you're going to go learn a new skill set, how are you going to make that skill set pay off for you? How are you going to make your money back from the education that you just put out?
Yeah.
So if you just went and learned that new skill set for $10,000, I need you to know how to get your $10,000 back in less time. So if you learned a new hair technique and they say it's going to take you a year to build a stable clientele and you spent $10,000, you want your $10,000 back over the year or you want it in 6 months?
Yeah.
But how do you set your prices? Where did that $10,000 go? How do you recoup that? How do you build a clientele? What systems you have in place for that? What marketing technique do you have in place that? And I was like, that's where I can tell you how to do that.
Man, it is, like I said, you are dropping gems for the people, okay? Because again, the skills is no shortage of skills. No. It's none. But people they're not price conscious based on their goals. Some people don't even have goals. They got a booking link and pricing. And a lot of rules.
And a prayer.
And that too. Some of them. And you know, again, you'll make money, but longevity is different.
Yes.
And you have to have systems. You have to have automation, especially in this technological age that we're in. When people are not using systems, I'm like, yo, you tripping me out over here, right?
Making me stress.
I don't understand why you're doing this hard work instead of doing the smart work. And a lot of times it's daunting because it does require a lot of like setup in the beginning sometimes. But once you set it, you can forget it. Like the old commercial, set it and forget it, right? And so I like to use that analogy when I'm working with business clients and building their entrepreneurship, like their entrepreneurial endeavor. I'm like, you will have to build the templates for your email list. You will.
Right.
Once you build them, babe, it's just repeat.
Right.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to do this every day. But if you dedicate this time right now, I promise you, when you want to go on vacation and you want to just schedule all of them,
You can.
you're gonna be so grateful
You can.
that you just dedicated right now to getting it done, so that later on you could be like, I don't even have to worry about it. The people are hearing from me, and I'm sipping the Mai Tai very luxuriously. Okay, yeah, feet up, we're chilling, we're chilling, we're chilling. And that is really the goal in pivoting and building a business that you don't have to be a part of you don't have to be in every day.
Yes.
You could be working on it outside of it. That's the goal if you're a business girly for real.
Right. Like I don't want to work like this all day long.
Yeah.
I want to sit, I want to do what I need to do. And one thing I always told my clients that is a free way to start organizing your business is to go get Google, get you a Gmail account. It's as simple as free. You're not you don't need $15 a month by going to get these other platforms. Go get you your Gmail account. You don't even have to use a Gmail account. You're using the features that it offer.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be stressed. If you utilize Google to organize a lot of things, that takes a whole bulk of the stress away.
100%.
Especially if you're on vacation, sipping on your Mai Tai.
Come on, chilling.
And someone sends you an email and say, you know what? I didn't get that form.
Got you, girl.
Not a problem. Can I get a second Mai Tai, please?
Yeah. Hey, can I have some chips?
And by the time the Mai Tai come, you didn't send the email.
She good.
And you back on vacation.
Everybody's good.
There
Not
we
a
go.
worry in the world.
Not at all.
So if you had to share something that you know now that would have saved you years if you learned it before, what would be your share?
That's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Give us one.
Maybe two.
Two is fine.
Maybe two tied together.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe two tied together. Okay. Because the thing, because business is always evolving, things is always changing. How you strategize is always changing.
Absolutely.
We live in the era of AI. Currently. Now, if we lived in AI back in, well, we kind of did. We just didn't really know about it or use it.
Yeah.
But right now, really utilizing AI helps your business grow,
Tremendously.
flourish, or you have a better clarity on where you need to take it. So based off of what I know right now, if I knew it back then, I would definitely utilize AI a little bit better in laying out how strategies look. And not just brainstorming and sort of doing my connect the dot pieces. So it will lay out a little bit more and utilizing, there's tons of other platforms out there as well that helps you organize your thoughts. Yeah. Because I could write it down on a piece of paper and I draw lines. My favorite is graph paper. I like the dots. The notebook paper, the lines throw me off sometimes.
But I understand what you mean.
The clear paper, I just be all over the place.
I can't do the clear paper. I gotta have some type of structure.
Try the dotted notebook.
I'm always running from those.
Try the dot. If you were like the draw your boxes and your lines and your arrows.
Yeah, I do like
try the dotted because the dots already there. You just connect the dots with your thought.
Bullet points. I'll be having an arrow come down this way.
No, I promise you, it was a game changer for me. So that's one tip. If I would have had dotted paper back in when I had to use my thought process, it kind of would have structured and laid out a little bit better. And then knowing what I know now when it comes to AI and utilizing other tools like Notion to really chart out what things look like far as social media posting and scheduling. Yeah. You don't have to be a social media expert. You just need to understand it somewhat in order to be able to delegate that job to somebody. Absolutely. So understanding certain job aspects a little bit deeper before delegating would have been something I'd have been like, okay, yeah, I need this. I need to know this. That's like, I don't need to know truly how all the workings work.
I don't need to know the whole algorithm.
No.
I just need to get it. I
just need an overall. Yeah. So when I delegate that to somebody else, right. when you're talking to me as far as what you need,
I'm not like,
what?
Yeah. Because nothing
well, how
is
do you
worse.
want me to send that to you? You know what I mean? I would have been structured a little bit better, not just having, because even when it comes to uploading stuff, you got Dropbox and you got
so many platforms. There's too many.
Right.
Yeah.
So understanding, so just to sum it up, understanding how you want to operate and drawing it out so it makes sense, because sometimes when you're a drawer, it's a better visual. And understanding just minimal platforms that you need in order to operate your business.
Absolutely.
If I knew that then, what I know now, if I knew that then, I think stuff will kind of moved along a little bit differently as opposed to being spread out so much.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I'm like, you know what? We're not doing
Done.
right. 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah. Man, I mean, again, I think not just in the beauty industry, but in any industry, in any career, these are the things that people don't hear too often, but they make the most impact in how you work.
Right.
So that you're not exhausted, so that you're not feeling like you just want to quit everything, so that you have more time for yourself to take vacations or to just sit down somewhere, you know?
Right.
And so that you can show up differently in all of your relationships, including with your clients or the people that you service. And what I'm recognizing in the season is that, you know, everybody hustling. And now there's a lot of talk now about like getting away from hustle culture. But the more you look on social media, you also recognizing that people are just reinventing the way that to hustle.
Right.
And it's not really healthy. It's like, okay, so yeah, we're not working 70 hours a week anymore, but I'm still putting a lot of brain power into what you're asking of me. But when you start utilizing platforms like AI platforms and different applications, and you set it up once and you automate and build a solid system that are tied to your goals that you have in business, you stop the hustling and you just work really, really smart. And I think that was the goal for this episode, was to share a story so that you understand that you just, in order to get to this place where you're not hustling, in order to make proper pivots in your career, you have to learn to work smart. You got to find coaches like Elisha out here who are in the business and working on the business, but not trying to stay in one space, who are like willing to just stretch and grow and see what else they can do. I think these, like someone like you, you're a person who can take somebody's life and change it in an instant. And I'm so grateful that you shared that with my audience today. I hope y'all learned a lot. But if they want to ask you anything, they want to find you somewhere else, tell people where you are, tell them where they can find you on socials or email or however you want them to contact you.
I am on all the platforms. So whether you're a Facebook person, IG, or a TikTok girly, or even a YouTube learner, I am there as well. Recently pivot from just being my name of Elisha Monique. So you can find me on most platforms with Elisha Monique, but you can also put in Biz, Beauty, and Balance. Because ultimately that's what we want to achieve. Biz, beauty, and balance.
Awesome, y'all. You already know I'm coming back with another pivot next episode. But I hope, again, if you're in this pivot season, if you're looking to do something differently in your career, or if you're just trying to get better at what you do currently, you're not necessarily trying to pivot out of the career. This episode was filled with so much intention. And I think that, you know, if you needed a gem, I hope that this episode gave you something to hold on to. I also want you to share this with somebody who may be going through the same situations that we talked about today. You know, someone else can use this knowledge to do something differently in their everyday lives and in their everyday business. And yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to round this episode off with a card pull. And yeah, if you want to talk one-on-one, you want to do some coaching around whatever you have going on in your life, you can also find a link to my coaching website in the description of this podcast episode. And yeah, or send me a message. You guys know at It's Kenisha B on all social platforms, or send a message to the page here on YouTube. And I will definitely follow up with you. All right, let me focus on this because these cards were not falling at all. And Favor always has a word for us. And I try to make the cards fall because when they flip over in my hand, I think I'm doing something crazy. So let's see. If you guys don't know, we're pulling from the Secrets of the Ancestors deck. I don't know which one dropped first, but okay. So we got two. This one is the Martyr, Sacrifice, and Self-Reflection. We kind of were just talking about that, right? And Father of Air is about leadership. I mean, is it on point or, you know, pretty on point? Yeah, this was like, we spoke about this today, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read this small paragraph. So it says, put it all on hold. There's a difference between letting go and giving up. You are feeling trapped, stagnant, or stuck in in this moment of uncertainty. The solution is to let go. But how, right? Well, healthy sacrifices may be necessary. It may not seem like it, but when you look back, it will all make sense. What if you did the opposite of what you're doing right now? Everything that you are trying to fix externally needs to be remedied internally. You may prepare for a new project, but it's not the best time to start. As the late great ancestor Dr. Wayne Dyer used to say, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. We talked about that today. The car fell, y'all. Y'all saw that. It wasn't me. It's two. So we're going to get the second one real quick.
It's two.
And that first one was the martyr. This one is Father of Air. It says, there's a choice to be made. Confront the issue head on. Keep those emotions in check. Step into your role as a leader with confidence. It is safe to get expert help to make key decisions. Set an example through your actions. It's time to be real with yourself and others. This ancestor represents someone who gives advice for a living, like a lawyer or accountant. In this instance, it could be helpful to trust your head over your heart. There are times we must remove ourselves from a situation to see it clearly. Talked about that too. Okay, again.
Yeah, okay.
The cards fall how they are. Like I said, y'all always know it's not me, it's the cards. Yeah, I'm really, really grateful. Again, thank you, sis, for joining me today. Go ahead and click the link at the bottom of this episode so that you can be notified whenever I drop new content on the channel. And join me next week for another episode of From the Ground to the Crown. Until then, sending you mad love. All right, y'all. Peace.
From the ground to the crown.